Hey guys, welcome back to the Minecraft video, and for this video I want to be showcasing the RuneScape mod. It is such a cool mod. It has hundreds of items I got to show you guys today, so let's get started. As you will notice, there's nothing to do with RuneScape in this vanilla Minecraft sort of world at the moment, so all you have to do is build a portal with dense cobblestone around, and with the portable activator you activate it and that will take you to the RuneScape biome basically. But I'm going to make it just so you guys can kind of see what it involves. So you need dense cobblestone, and to make this all you have to do is fill up a crafting table with cobblestone and that will get you a dense cobblestone. And then to be able to make the portable activator, all you have to do is put paper all the way around an iron sword and that will make you a portable activator. I am going to make another portal just so I can show you guys what you have to do. And I'm going to go over here just to make it real quick. So you put 4 dense cobblestones on the ground. And I've kind of messed up already, and let's put it there on the ground, and then you do 5 up, 1 2 3 4 5, and then 4 across, which is 1 2 3 4, and then you fill up the gap in the middle. And then with your portable activator you just click on the block and there you have it. It's now active. I am going to go inside this one because it's one I made earlier, so let's get inside and let's see where we're going to end up. You have to stand basically right on the blocks and you'll be teleported in seconds. It should hopefully take no time whatsoever to get you into this world, but as you can see already, there are loads of biomes. There is a total of 6 new biomes, and we are in the dimension at the moment. And as you can see, there are loads and loads of new mobs. I have got everything ready to show you guys, and I'm going to start off with the weapons today. Now, you'll notice that there's tons and tons of weapons. There is a variation of about 30 new weapons, I think. Some of them aren't as good, some of them aren't as bad, but you start off with the black sword, which has a 5.5 attack damage. You have the white sword, which is once again exactly the same but white. You have the mithril longsword, which to make this all you need is a stick and a mithril bar on top, and that will give you a mithril longsword. The adamant longsword, which is exactly the same but with adamant bars, and once again you have the rune longsword, which is exactly the same with rune bars on top. And with the dragon longsword, you can't actually make it. So you got to go and get it yourself from killing certain monsters. And then you have the chaotic longsword, which once again you have to go and get that yourself. You have the Drygor longsword, which has amazing attack damage. You also have the Prometheum longsword, which is actually from Dungeoneering, which is one of the sort of items that you can use as you go for the chaotic longsword. And then you have the primal longsword, which has a crazy 504 attack damage. That is insane. You have the Sword of the Abyss, which is another crazy item. Then you have the Abyssal Whip, which is from the Abyssal Demons, which is a new mob that can be played in this kind of game. So you got to kill those to get the Abyssal Whip. Then you have the Balmung, which is to kill the Dagonoths. You have the Bandos God Sword. You have the Zamorak God Sword. You have the Zamarakian Spear. You have the Sukaf Cleaver, the Granite Maul, and the Silverlight, which is actually from a quest inside the game. You have a Wolfbane to kill werewolves. You also have the Saradomin God Sword, which is exactly the same as the Zamarakian God Sword, and the Bandos God Sword, but has different special attacks. And you have the Armadyl God Sword, the Krill Tutsarov Cleaver, and the Fremenic Blade. So that was pretty crazy. There's so many weapons. I'm sorry if that was quite boring for you guys, but there's just tons of things to go through. And now we have armors. For these armors, they come with legs, boots, gloves, and a helmet. So that would be 5 items for the black items. So here you have black items, which has a 8+ health for wearing the plate body. You have the white, you have the mithril, which once again all you have to do is get mithril bars in this formation, and that will get you the mithril plate body. You have the adamant plate body, you have the rune plate body, the rune plate body gilded, which is from the treasure trails, which I'll kind of show you guys later on what that involves. And then you got the exact same item but just different color. And the Garb of Subjugation, which is from Krill Tutsarov, which is a boss monster. I am actually getting tired from talking about all these. You got the Agile top, you have red, blue, and green dragon hide bodies, which comes once again with legs, boots, and helmet. And all you have to do is kill dragons around the game, which will get you green dragon hide, and you've got to put it in this formation to get green dragon hide body. And we also have magic items, which is the Mystic Robe top, which can't be made, so you got to go and get that yourself from like dark mages and that kind of stuff. And then you got the Bandos Tazets, which is from General Grado, which once again is another mob or kind of like a boss in this game. And you have the Dragon Plate Body, which is another crazy item from the Tormented Demons. So we have so many things to go on. And now we have Summoning Familiars, which is basically pets that follow you around. All you have to do to make these is get certain items to make the pouches. These charms can be obtained from killing mobs in the game, and these can be once again obtained or bought from a summoning trader. And to make these scrolls, which give special attacks for these pouches, you gotta just put a pouch and that'll give you 5 of the item. And this is exactly the same for all of these, but different items of course. You got a chest, you got a tortoise shell, which is from killing the tortoises, and you got a pyramid pylord from killing blaze rods, you got a beaver pouch from cutting down magic wood, and different charms in the middle. What I might do actually is I might summon one of these. Let's do the Pylord pouch. Let's summon this, and there we have it, and that will now follow me around, and it's basically my sort of pet that will help me in combat also. Some of them don't help you in combat, some of them carry stuff for you, but keep that in mind also. But once again, that's pretty cool. And you also have new foods which can be obtained from just fishing. All you gotta do is add to a furnace wood and a raw cavefish that kind of give you cooked items which you can eat. And you've got loads of other items here that give you different form of healing, but besides that, they're pretty cool. As for new blocks, you know, in the new dimension, you got blood wood, you got magic wood, which can make magic wood planks. You got blocks of mithril, which can be made from adding mithril ores in a crazy formation. So let's do usage, mithril bars, and you kind of see that this kind of carries on all the way through, so that's pretty intense. And all these other items are basically tainted earth, which is from the floor, etc, etc. I am going to change the time now just to kind of be able to see a bit more. And here we have magic spells, which is once again all these spells, and these are crazy items. I'm going to be using some of these items today. Let's get the, which one should we get? Should we get the Death Staff, that's pretty crazy. And to be able to cast spells, you must have the runes applicable for them. Every single one of these runes have different forms to make them. For example, to make water runes, you've got to get stone all the way around a snowball, and that'll make you water runes. For example, to make the law rune, you have to get an ender pearl with stone all the way around, and that'll make you the law rune. And for one more, for as an example, you have to add an oak sapling all the way around stone to make nature runes. And for these staffs, once again, some of them can be made, some of them can't. But for example, a blood staff, you can make a stick with a diamond in the middle, ender pearls on the top with a rune, with a blood rune in the middle. And for example, body staffs, you've got to add body rune to 2 sticks and an ender pearl. That will get you a body staff. So that's pretty crazy in itself. So now let's get into the final one, which is mobs, and I'm going to kind of get into the fun a bit now, which is using up these mods and kind of showing you guys what they involve. You can kind of actually see the majority of them right here in all these cages, but I want to show you guys close up. So I've got this scary desert wolf kind of looking at me, but what I'm going to do now is get some weapons out. So I'm going to get an Armadyl God Sword, which is pretty crazy, and then a Primal Longsword also. And I've got a range item and a magic one in my inventory. And we get some, let's see, let's get a Bandos Tazets. And I have to get full Bandos here because that is crazy items. So let's go into our combat. And we can get a Bandos Chestplate, a Helm of Nate's Knot, and Bandos Boots. If you press I on your keyboard, you will find that you can put all these items on. So let's put that on, let's put this on, that on, this on. And you can dual yield also. So let's put this on a shield slot. And as you can see now, we have 2 items. We have a bow, and then we have some crazy stuff going on here. Okay, so now we can get other items out like jewelry. So let's go to the jewelry, and as you can see here, we have loads of crazy stuff. So I'm going to get an Amulet of Fury out, but all of these items are pretty intense. You know, you got to get an Onyx Amulet, which from an Onyx Amulet with string around, and that just goes on and on and on. So there's a lot to go through. I will kind of make a series about this mod later on in the week, so do expect something like this. Let's press I again, add that to our sort of area over here, and we've got a crazy little setup going on. We look crazy with our little pet, and that is intense. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a few of these mobs out, and I will, in my series, do the rest of them. So let's get a Delriff out. Let's get one of these God Wars dungeon items out. So let's see if we can find it. Oh, General Grado, which is to get the Bandos items. Then we can get another Bandos sort of God Wars dungeon item. And then we got an Infernal Mage and a Dagannoth Mother. So now we can get into a little area that I prepared. This isn't part of the actual thing, by the way. But now I'm going to spawn a Necreal, which my pet might already want to attack. But I'm going to land over here so he has to follow me. And here we have it. It is a crazy item. Once you kill the Necreal, it will spawn a Death Spawn, which should really attack you. And there goes my familiar. It's dying away. And once these all die, I can spawn that in there. And this one is crazy. It's kind of like looking at me away, and I don't know what I'm going to do here. And as that's dying away, and as my summoning familiar is dying away, I'm going to spawn the next one, which is the Delrith. So let's spawn this one right here. And that one is crazy. It looks like a demon, and it's so scary. I killed it in one hit, which was pretty intense. And now let's do General Grado. This is a God Wars dungeon boss, and is the Bandos one to get your Bandos items. And once again, it has crazy health. As you can see, there's loads and loads of hits you got to do with it. And it's not really dying in the lava, which is kind of scaring me right now. So all you have to do is find the God Wars dungeon to be able to get to these bosses, which I'll kind of show you in the episodes that I will make. And here we have the Zamorakian God Wars dungeon boss. This will drop the subjugation armors, which I kind of showed you earlier. And once again, this has crazy health and is not dying in the lava, which is kind of scaring me again. So you don't have much protection from these items. We have the Infernal Mage, which once again, you can get like all your magic items from. And wow, it's on fire now. And finally, just for another example, we have the Dagannoth Mother, which is a Dagannoth monster. So this is pretty crazy. It doesn't have much health. And none of these monsters seem to be dying in our area. So I'm guessing this one is pretty strong. But for now, what I'm going to do is just show you a little bit around. We have the kind of like the desert sort of area to us here, which is the scorpions, the desert wolves, for example. And then we have the snowy area, which you can find sort of hunting monsters and other things like that. I do want to go to the desert and kind of look around for some crazy stuff. You can kind of see all the Dagannoth monsters are tracking around there. If you do go into caves, you can find the Dagannoth King. We've got a Frost Dragon over here, which you can kill to get like Frost Dragon bones and all these kind of stuff. So you got crazy items to go through. And wow, should we go in here? Because I kind of want to look around. This is pretty crazy. I am getting quite scared. In the RuneScape itself, you will find caves and all this other crazy stuff. And you kind of see like the blood water going on at the bottom here. We've got some lesser demons hiding around the top. And that is the cave. I was expecting a little bit bigger, but besides that, it is pretty intense. We've got loads of similar creatures like greater demons, lesser demons, black demons. You got loads and loads of things to go through. We're currently in the wilderness, which is another dimension. Around here you will find other things like the black demons, bats. You will find player killers, which are just random sort of NPCs going around looking to kill people like you. So be careful with all those kind of things. You have hellhounds over here, and I am pretty scared. Okay, so now let's see. Let's go to this dimension, and this is just a normal RuneScape dimension of like the forest, for example. As you can see, we have the turtles, which is to get your turquoise shell, and you can get loads of other fish from it. And is there anything down there? I might go down there later or in the episodes itself. And these are the sort of structures you will find around this Minecraft RuneScape mod, which is a nice sort of structure. Here you have dark wizards. You go inside, you climb up to the top floor, which I will just go real quick. And you will find like items like chests at the top and all these crazy things. So here we are at the top. Let's see what we find in our chest. And yeah, so here you can find sort of RuneScape items, Minecraft items, a variation. There are 3 chests, but I don't think these are ever full. It's just this middle one here. So that kind of does actually wrap up this mod, to be honest. It is pretty crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please post down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you all very soon with another video.